Hello, everybody, and welcome back to GameStack Podcast right here on We Just Love Games Network. I'm your co-host Vendertron, and joining me this evening, as always, is the lovely Shalene. Hello, Shalene. How are you?
Hi, I am. Therefore, I think. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Yeah. It is the end of the week and the end of Diabetes Month for me.
Hmm.
For my job. So November is Diabetes Month, so it's always the busiest time of year in
Yeah,
in
for
my.
me, every month is diabetes month.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I hear you. I hear you. So, yeah, so it's been a busy month of like diabetes events and presentations and doing all these things. And it always spills over into the first week of December.
That makes
So,
sense.
yeah, so it's been, it's things are now I'm on the home stretch to Christmas. Like
Well,
I've got a few big meetings between now and Christmas, but I'm just waiting to get on
well,
that plane.
as a person who lives with diabetes, I just want to take this opportunity to say that I appreciate your work.
Hmm.
You're definitely doing some research that is going to help people who deal with this condition every day. And it has been incredibly beneficial to me personally to have a bestie who is a diabetes researcher.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, and if any of you listening live with type 1 or type 2 diabetes or any other form of diabetes, don't be afraid to approach researchers and get involved in research. We love to hear your perspectives about what it's like to live with these chronic diseases, and your lived experience can be really helpful in shaping the care that you receive. So my recommendation is to get involved in diabetes research. And if you don't want to get involved in diabetes research, maybe donate to diabetes research because that helps too. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyways, that's diabetes podcast. We're gonna move on to our regular scheduled programming. Welcome, happy Friday, everybody, to the best little corner of the internet. You are listening to episode 169, Everything All at Once. And Shalene and I are super happy to be here with all of you at the end of what has been a very long week.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh.
just a. um,
Life, you guys, life.
just a shout out to Oak and Crow Coffee. If you head on over to oakandcrow.com, you can pick up a bag of We Just Love Coffee blend, and $2 from every purchase of that bag goes to the Children's Miracle Network. I think it's down there on the right hand side. And I should also say that next Friday's show will be a pre-recorded show. It will not be a live episode. Shalene and I have some things that we have to do, but we still want to bring you an episode of the show that you can either pretend to watch live on Friday, because we will be streaming it for you on Friday, but we just physically won't be here.
What
Or,
if we just recorded it live on Wednesday?
I mean, we could do that, but then people would be really confused.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know what to do. They'd be like, is the show
Hmm.
ending? Like, it'd just be
Cats and
terrible.
dogs living together.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll keep with the regular schedule, but yeah, if we don't respond to you in the chat, it's because we're not actually there. It's just smoke and mirrors. But yeah, but we do have a jam-packed show tonight. Holy smokes! But before we hop into that, what's going on in the Discord, Shalene?
We have a new Discordian this week.
No.
Yes. Everybody say hello to Road Rash Wastelander, who I believe it was invited by Sully, Sullivan
Oh, good
Sevens
work.
Racing.
Good work. That should be the
Let me
new
just scroll back.
GameStack challenge.
Yes,
Go out into the ether and bring a new listener back to the Discord.
indeed. I like it. Yeah, Road Rash is apparently a friend of Sully's. So thank you, Sully, for bringing us someone new into the fold.
And welcome, Road Rash. Welcome to the
And welcome to
community.
Road Rash.
I hope you know what
Yes.
you're getting yourself into. We do have some. So we've got a lot of news this evening, and we've got a lot of big news. It's literally everything all at once, and so we're gonna hop into that in a moment. We are also going to talk about the stocks as we normally do. We have a what I like to call a schwack load of screenshots and stories. I believe we also have some mail to open, and
Yeah, there are a few things in the mail stack.
yeah, and then Shalene, you and I are going to cap things off with our gameplay. So let's hop right into it with This Just In. All right, what do you got? Tell me all the things.
Okay, so as always, shout out to Joseph Chow. We appreciate you a ton.
Mm.
Um, and we're gonna keep it pretty tight with the news because what we have are our big ticket items. And we're going to start off with talking about the Fallout TV show trailer.
Oh my
Of
gosh.
course, as our longtime listeners know, Fallout is the franchise that brought us all together. And the hype is real for the Fallout TV show. And as soon as this came out, I immediately jumped in the group chat and I was like, hey, can we do like a scene by scene breakdown of this trailer on the podcast? I can't wait. And I've been waiting for that all week. I've
Yes,
just
I'm
been,
so excited.
yes.
Okay,
So,
so I have the trailer queued up for us. But before we hop into that, is there an article that you want to talk about that goes with
oh,
this
yeah, I
trailer?
guess we can do that. I did bring an article along. This one is from Vanity Fair by Anthony Bresnikan. And we do have some news about this show. It will be premiering on Amazon Prime Video on April the 12th.
Nice.
And of course, they give a little background on the Fallout franchise. I don't think our listeners need that. Uh, but let's see. I'm just scrolling a bit. It is, of course, developed by the Westworld creators, husband and wife team, Jonathan Nolan
You
and
can't go
Lisa
wrong there.
Joy.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah, that first season of Westworld was just about as close to a perfect season of TV as I think humanity has gotten.
Yes, I agree.
So I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. And one of the main characters, the Vault Dweller, is Lucy. She is played by Ella Purnell of Yellow Jackets, which I have not watched, but it looks pretty stellar. I've heard good things about Yellow Jackets. So
Can we just acknowledge
thank you.
female lead protagonist? Female. How fantastic is that?
Yes, very excited. And of course, this is a quote from Nolan, who directed the first 3 episodes. He says, "We get to talk about that in a wonderful speculative fiction way." Speaking of the end of the world, I think we're all looking at the world and going, God, things seem to be heading in a very, very frightening direction. And I'm very much looking forward to this. Very, very much looking forward to it. Yeah, I think that's all I really want to cover. I just want to jump right into this trailer.
Okay, so
And I want to do like an analysis and talk about it.
yes, before we do that, any initial expectations, Shalene?
Well, of course, I have already seen the trailer, so this is not a first reaction. And my feeling was that it was very promising. There were a couple of things that jumped out to me as somewhat concerning. But all in all, I think that they have I believe that this has been done with love. I think this has been done with people who have love for the franchise. And I'm very hopeful that it's not going to suck. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic as always, but I think that this is probably going to be the best TV series made from a video game.
Do you think it's going to top The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Wow.
Potentially. I don't know. Pedro Pascal is...
The Last of Us was
He's
astonishing.
so choice, yeah.
I've only watched the first episode, man. I'm saying that. I've only watched the first episode.
You are just like, you need to...
I was so traumatized.
It's every episode is better than the last one.
Mm-hmm. My HBO Max expired, so I'm gonna have to get that back and watch that show.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Can we do the thing? I want to do the thing.
So the trailer starts in presumably Vault 33.
It
says
yes,
33
Vault 33
on the back wall there. I do have the sound on, so that you can hear the sound. But just tell me when you want me to stop, Shalene.
Okay. So for our audio folks, we are just like slowly panning through the vault.
I know
hallway.
that I've lived a relatively comfortable life.
And Lucy is standing at the doorway having that iconic moment, staring into that blinding sunlight that we have all experienced in these games.
Yeah, and she's accompanied by two gentlemen. What looks to be an older man and a like maybe a teenager.
Yeah, and they are staying behind.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if there's some kind of situation here where Lucy is having to venture out as a savior of the vault, you know, like Fallout 1 style.
Yeah.
And she walks out into the wasteland. There's a human skull, like immediately to the right. She looks horrified, just absolutely horrified.
Bones strewn about in what looks to be
Look
just
at the
sand.
bones.
Yeah, sand. And then on the left side, there's some metal fragments, pots, and tires and stuff.
It's a very wastelandy looking wasteland. From the director of the award-winning series Westworld, Jonathan Nolan. And now
I love this. This has got to be like California coastline, maybe somewhere in California, maybe Southern California. This looks to be like a sort of post-apocalyptic Santa Monica, perhaps.
It does, yeah. That does look a little bit like the Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah.
Need to go home. Vault dwellers are an endangered species.
Look at that rad roach. Look at how good that rad roach looks.
It's so big. That's some good CGI.
It's crawling through the window. It looks disgusting. It's moving the way roaches move.
Now, this is probably the first time that I've really said, oh, this is CGI. Even though having watched already The Door and some other mechanics within is all CGI, right?
I wonder if those were practical effects. It's entirely possible that those were practical effects.
Could be, yeah.
I do not think you would be willing to do what it takes to survive.
I love this. She is so startled by that tumbleweed.
If you insist on staying, then you...
Okay, do we know who this actor is? He looks familiar.
I don't know who he is.
Oh, okay. I've seen him in something else before.
We'll have to adapt.
Okay, so we've got a German Shepherd just tearing the throat out of a rad roach.
It's dog meat.
Do you think it's going to be definitely dog meat?
It's dog meat. It has to be
going to be a dog meat. Yes. I love the idea that all of the dog meats are from the same line of dogs, you know, that they're just the descendants passing through the world. Taz says that this actor that you're talking about is from Person of Interest. And Lucy is just looking mad horrified at this dog killing this rad roach. The studio behind The Boys and Fast Delivery. Pause it there. I think it's really cute that they added in the joke about the free 2-day delivery, like the Amazon Prime. I feel like that is a good indication that they are not taking this too seriously.
Yeah.
That they are definitely going to have some levity here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at some vertebrates. We're going to see some Brotherhood of Steel shenanigans. So I assume this gentleman is probably going to be another important character. He looks like a young Brotherhood of Steel initiate.
Yeah, and this looks like not California. This actor is he's gonna play the role of Maximus. And his name is Aaron Clifton Moten.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You've done your research. I like it.
No, I just pulled up the cast so that we sound a little bit more, knowledgeable about what...
That's not what we do here. Gosh, that power armor suit looks so good.
It's so good. Let's take a step back and just look at this power armor, because that is... Like, cosplayers are drooling right now, right?
It is a very good suit of power armor. And I'm is that the West Coast Brotherhood of Steel logo? I forgot to.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I have done this deep of a dive into Fallout lore that I don't remember which side the cogs are supposed to be on. And I'm so ashamed. I used to be the person for that, and I am no longer the person, and I feel weird about it.
Tomorrow, so they say.
And there was dog meat with a human hand in his mouth. Okay, back it up, back it up. We're going through too much too fast.
Too much. Slow
Okay,
down here.
so we've got a Brotherhood of Steel squad here in their T60, just looking really rad.
Get it, rad.
Yes. See what I did there? And pause. Okay. Now, what is this exactly? Is this a jukebox?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's either that or it is a perfectly preserved pie dispenser. Though my money is on the jukebox, actually.
Yeah, you can see the vinyl record there now. It is splashed with blood.
Yes, it is splattered with blood. But why the jukebox is outside? I don't understand.
Why not?
Maybe it's in front of a window. I don't know, but it just seems a little odd.
It's definitely outside. Yeah, it's definitely just like in a cornfield. Why is there a cornfield in the wasteland? That's what I want to know. Is this a actually potatoes maybe?
They're growing some maize. They're growing some maize, Shalene.
A lovely day.
Okay,
stop. So this guy is Zach Cherry. That is his real name, but we don't know what his name is actually.
I wonder if there's any relation to Eagle Eye.
Perhaps, yeah.
So he's standing in a vault hallway, a very convincing vault hallway. These vaults have been built with love, you guys. And he's, of course, wearing his vault suit. He looks adorable. He's chunky. He has his little glasses. I think he's adorable.
I have a sneaking suspicion that this guy is going to be the comic relief.
It makes sense. That seems like the trope. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I have flashbacks to when I built my extravagant vault, and I love it. I love every bit of this. We see the cornfield, which is potentially also where the jukebox is.
The blood splattered jukebox. So this is within the vault atrium. We've got a windmill here. I don't know why there's a windmill indoors. That seems a little odd to me. And we have a bunch of dwellers running around, and they look like they are doing violence. They have chosen violence. And
they've got grow boxes. They are growing some things, and then there's multiple levels. Is that a woman in a white dress on the second level, not in a vault suit? What is that?
That is possibly someone in a nurse's outfit.
Oh, maybe.
She may be in a nurse's outfit. Yeah. I'm really curious as to what the experiment for Vault 33 is. Do we know that yet?
I don't know.
These vault suits look very strongly like the Fallout 4, Fallout 76 variant of the vault suit. They look really good. These dwellers have definitely chosen violence, and this kind of reminds me of those live action Fallout 76 trailers, just with the chaos and violence. And honestly, it makes me feel a little bit like the nuclear winter lobbies back in the day.
Yeah. The wiki does not tell us anything yet about the vault. Yeah, they say that there's not much known. But this next sort of flash, a body falls out presumably from like the second or third level. So it looks like there's some sort of fight going on in this scene.
Sun will suddenly break through.
And then it suddenly flashes back to Lucy, who looks like she is entering for the first time some sort of settlement. There's a fuselage of like the remains of an aircraft in the background, and she's walking out of some sort of tunnel onto like a platform or a ramp or something.
It's definitely really a cobbled together sort of settlement, and I love it.
Yeah. I hope Moira Brown is there.
Don't you know?
But I don't.
Okay, now give it a pause here. We have our first look at Walton Goggins as a ghoul. And I feel like a lot of people were very critical of Ghoul Walton Goggins, but I think he looks great.
I think Walton Goggins, without the ghoul makeup, you just kind of know, looking at him, that he would make a great ghoul. I'm not saying that he looks like a ghoul, but he has the bone structure in his face that is just perfect. Like his jaw is so defining, right?
Right. They've removed his nose. They've definitely made him look dried out and leathery. He's wearing an old beaten up cowboy hat.
Yeah. This is what I feel like before putting on all my face stuff in the morning. And then there's somebody else standing behind him, but the face is blurred out, so we don't
No,
really
that's
know.
part of a sign. That's part of a sign.
No, there's
That's not a
head
person.
to the left.
That is not a person. That is part of a sign.
Really?
It is a person shaped sign.
Wow. Oh, it's like, oh, they're mannequin heads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I love this. So, flashes to a new scene. Some random building in the middle of the desert. There's a man outside on the front porch with no pants on.
Yes. I get some strong PUBG vibes from this. From this car looks like the Ecto 1. Am I wrong?
No,
It looks
you're
like
not
the
wrong.
Ecto 1.
And is that Lucy coming out of the car? Does she have a car now?
I don't think the Ecto 1 runs. I think it's just parked outside. You know, it's like
Yeah.
in New Mexico, every car, every yard has an old car in it.
Yeah.
And the residents are saying, yeah, I'm going to fix that up one day.
I hope that this house, this character that lives in this house is a big part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this person Lucy is gonna wander on this house or this person, and he's gonna help her in some way. But I don't know. It's all speculative.
Unless
No pants at all.
No pants.
Okay. And
All
we are
right.
back to Walton Goggins in this like carnival scenario. And he is just the cowboyest cowboy. And I love it. He's just shooting everybody.
Yeah, he's and that it's very, I love the gruesomeness of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like blood spatters
That
on the
is-
mirror from the gun.
That is the bloody mess perk right there.
Yeah. Okay, now this guy has one eye. I don't know if you noticed that.
Now, this bothers me profoundly. The overseer has one eye in the middle of his forehead, like a cyclops. This is plainly an overseer's office. And I don't like this. I don't like it. Why does he have two eyebrows but one eye?
I don't know.
Can someone answer that for me? And why is the vault overseer, you know, he plainly it's some kind of mutation. Why is he mutated, and why are they introducing new mutations to the canon?
And I mean,
I don't like
if
it.
you look in the background, he's clearly inside of the vault, right?
Yeah, this is the overseer's office. That's
Yeah.
that big round window
What we don't
that
know,
overlooks the atrium.
What we don't know is whether or not this is Vault 33. We presume that it is.
Yeah, you're right.
But
That
we
flag
don't know.
behind him is just a vault tech flag. This
Yeah.
could be a different vault.
Yeah.
I'm still very bothered by the single eye, by the Cyclops situation. I do appreciate that he has like 16 coffee cups on his desk, because I'm that person
Yeah.
who has so many different coffee cups of half finished
Yeah.
beverages.
All right, let's continue. So, is this Lucy?
This is Lucy.
Okay.
I don't think this is her vault. I think this is a different vault.
Do you want me to go back a sec here?
Yeah, that's a great turret. Can we talk about what a good turret that is?
Yeah, the turret is so good.
I like that it says, please remain calm.
The turret is really good.
Mhm.
Yeah. And there's snow. Do you see this? There's snow. I love this. How difficult was it for
Is
them
that snow?
to film snow?
That's
this
not
is,
snow.
This is snow, Shalene.
It's the wasteland. That's got to be ashes.
That's definitely snow.
Ashes.
Take it from one who lives in it. This is snow.
Okay, roll it back. Roll it back. So we've got dog meat running through the snow, and pause it here. This is a Mr. Handy rolling a person on a gurney that may or may not be Lucy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Past a sign advertising ice cream.
Yeah.
This looks like an old-timey building of some kind, an old ruined building.
Yeah. Like
so-
the ceiling tiles are like falling out and stuff.
Sulior says that might not be the overseer, the one-eyed guy, but he's sitting in the overseer's desk. That's plainly the overseer's desk.
Okay. I love Kyle MacLachlan.
Oh yes, he's
And I am
brilliant.
so glad that he is in this show. He is such a good actor. I'm so excited to see what his role is. I cannot wait.
Sulior says that this is Lucy's dad, her overseer, and I think we can trust him on that. I think he
So
knows what he's
and
talking
and
about.
this scene is he's looking at Lucy. I assume it's Lucy, but there's a
Mhm.
barrier between the two of them. So and it looks like he's like caged.
You know, the vibe this gives me is the moment in Fallout 3 when your dad, Liam Neeson, your dad, dies.
Yeah.
Um, this definitely, I feel like that same thing is happening here, that she's separated from him, she can't get to him, and he's going to do something noble that causes his death.
So what you're telling me is that Kyle MacLachlan's character is short-lived?
I'm afraid so, yeah. I mean, I don't know that, but that's definitely the vibe I get.
Okay, let's continue. Okay,
Okay.
back to Maximus, and he's running through explosions. There's something in the background.
There is a battle happening.
And our first Yao Guai.
The Yao Guai looks so good, you guys. It's terrifying. And it's just brutalizing this guy in power armor. I
love it. This thing looks hella scary. It is a grizzly on roids. It is Dr. Hyde.
I really believe that they created this series with love.
Yeah. He's just dragging that power armor, and then it flashes. This is such a roller coaster. It flashes to this scene of this guy, or maybe it's
running.
Lucy. I don't know.
That could be Lucy? It's
running
the person with long dark hair,
and like
it looks like a weave. Like she's got a suitcase in one hand and her weave in the other.
It's a hat of some sort, or like maybe a beanie or something. Running to
running
a house,
down the beach.
Yeah, we don't know what this house is. We haven't seen it before, but. And
okay.
then this is
what is this creature? Is this a mirelurk of some kind,
no,
or you think it's a gecko?
The geckos, yeah. It's got to be.
It is
gecko.
utterly terrifying.
It's like a mutated salamander.
Taz suggests that it's a centaur. I don't think this is a centaur.
No, if it was a centaur, it would be more humanistic on the top half, right? Yeah.
The centaurs are far more terrifying. What do you think, Archon? Can I get an opinion on you about what that creature is?
No idea.
No idea. Okay. The expert opinion from Archon is no idea.
Okay, and then we have this crazy blonde lady. It pans to this crazy blonde lady with a machine gun.
And you'll see crops behind her. I think we're back in Vault 33.
Possibly. If it is Vault 33, then there's a fake backdrop of sky and mountains for people to enjoy. So that was, I don't know. So there's some sort of fight that goes on in one of the vaults, because it keeps flashing back to, and then the overseer and all this stuff. Yeah.
And we have this massive airship in the sky now. This is, of course, reminiscent of the Prydwen. It is not the Prydwen itself, but it does remind us of the Prydwen. And these people below, I don't think they are Brotherhood of Steel. I think they're going to be a different faction. What do you think?
I think this is Brotherhood of Steel.
You think those guys are Brotherhood?
Yeah.
I feel like they're another faction that is seeing the Brotherhood of Steel land, but I hope I'm wrong. It totally could be wrong.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. On the right, on some wagons, we see like tail fins, which would be attached to like warheads.
Mm-hmm.
And they're walking out of some large doors. It's presumably like an air hangar.
They do look very militaristic, these people.
Yeah. Maybe it's the Enclave.
I don't know about Enclave, but I feel like it's some kind of different faction.
Or boomers. Yeah, Taz says
the boomers.
If they were boomers, though, they'd be in like leather jackets and stuff, right?
Yeah. God, I loved the boomers. They were so good.
They were quite good.
Okay. Now, this is some pre-war situation here.
Yes, this is Walter Goggins again. But he has a nose. And
He does
he's
have a
actually a
nose.
smooth skin now.
He is moisturized. Yes. This is a man who knows how to moisturize. And he's wearing a fringy cowboy shirt, and he's pulling a little girl onto his horse in front of him, and getting the heck out of here. And I feel like this is going to be his tragic backstory.
Yeah, it could be. And like obviously in the background there's like massive explosions, dust clouds, buildings falling down, and
Oh, interesting.
he's just gonna like
Sulior
run away on a horse.
mentions notice the colors of his jacket. Yes, these are Vault Tech colors. So okay. Archin, our in-studio producer, has just handed me his phone with images of the Wanamingo from Fallout 2. And I feel like we're having a suggestion that perhaps this is the creature that we may have seen.
Yeah, we didn't actually get a chance to see its arms and legs.
It is a solid theory. Thank you, in-studio producer.
I love this shot. Okay, so we saw Walter Goggins getting on the horse, and these buildings that are on the right-hand side were in the background of that shot of him getting on the horse. So this scene is happening at the same time as that retrospective scene of him trying to get out of there with that little girl, and then we see this nuclear detonation.
Is it bad that I find nuclear explosions to be absolutely gorgeous?
I mean, have you watched Oppenheimer?
Not yet,
You
but I think I probably should.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love all of it. It's going to be really good.
I'm so hopeful.
You got some solid theories there, Shalene, about the dad. The dad doing something heroic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It definitely gives me the same vibe as that moment that Liam Neeson dies heroically. So
it is a good observation that Walter Goggins, in his pre-Ghoul form, is wearing Vault Tech colors.
Yes.
So I wonder if he had, some sort of affiliation with the vaults as they were being made pre-war.
Maybe he was doing PR for them or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's entirely possible that that's just a visual connection that the filmmakers used, but I like thinking that it is something more.
I think it's foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's
Definitely.
foreshadowing. I think that Lucy actually knows him, and he left the vault maybe when she was little, and then he was irradiated and became a ghoul.
Interesting.
And then she runs back into him in that settlement or whatever, and realizes that it's him. I don't know.
I can't wait to find out more. I'm so excited to have new Fallout to look forward to.
April 12th, and we should probably talk and plan out. Maybe we could do like a community
watch party of some kind.
A watch party, yeah.
I'll definitely be down for that.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
So that was the first of all of the trailers that we have to go through. What else have you got up your sleeve, Shalene?
All right, you guys. So GTA 6, we had been teased that a GTA trailer would drop on Tuesday, I believe. And instead, this trailer leaked the day before. So Rockstar responded by saying, okay, it's out now. Please watch it on our official channel and not the leakers, which in my opinion is the best and only way to react to a leak.
The only way to do it.
But this trailer was equally exciting to me. This
trailer
I absolutely can't wait.
Totally vibing. And I just want to point out that it had like over 100 million views in like the first 2 days.
Yes. It is now like the most viewed video on YouTube or something. They broke like that.
Every record of all the records of all the times. And it was like just like very clear. The public has made it very clear that we have been anticipating and waiting for a new GTA for a very long time.
And this is one of those times where I have to admit that I was wrong. And I'm so glad that I have to admit that I was wrong. And I'm not sure if I've said this on the podcast, but I have definitely said to you and to Archin and to others that I didn't believe we were going to get a single player GTA experience as the next GTA. I thought we were going to get a GTA Online situation, but this definitely looks like a single player storyline, like definitely a storyline, and I am so glad.
Tell us a little bit about the initial community's thoughts on the trailer before we hop into it. What can we expect? What are some notable things about the game?
Well, it is set in Vice City, which of course is analogous to Miami, and it is very Florida Man. There are some serious Florida Man vibes from this trailer, and honestly, Rockstar has made their career on satirizing some of the most outrageous parts of humanity, and they continue to do that here. And do you want to go through this trailer in a similar way that we did the other?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. I love the moment I heard, like, it was like, I gotta go back. We didn't even start the trailer yet, but this has like retro wave vibes all over it. And I hope that some of the soundtrack for GTA 6 includes the Midnight and other great retro wave artists. But like, it's beautiful. It's a freeway. There's cars zooming by. There's planes flying over. The sun is setting. There's palm trees. It is just California vibes, and I love it. Possibly Florida vibes.
Lucia.
So we are beginning our journey here in prison with our protagonist, Lucia.
Do you know why you're here? Bad luck, I guess.
Okay, can we just okay, so I just want to acknowledge the detail. I don't know if this is a cinematic trailer. This looks like actual, like,
I think it's in engine.
Yeah. This woman's curly hair is so good.
And Lucia's hair, look at those tendrils. Look at how realistic those tendrils of hair are.
It is so good. It's so good.
The character models are brilliant. Brilliant.
It's gonna be, I'm super pumped. I'm very pumped at the graphics.
Bad luck, I guess.
Okay, so we see the Miami coastline.
Beautiful. Love it. And then there's something in the sky, like an airplane, and there's like a
skywriting. I can't read it.
I can't make it out.
We'd have to zoom in. We don't have the technology. Enhance. Computer enhance.
Yeah, it's definitely Florida. Like, you've got the what are these things called again?
It's like a pontoon boat or something. It's in the wetlands.
Yeah, it's those boats with the giant fans on the back.
Yes.
And
so I think we're definitely going to get to hunt alligators in this game, and I'm for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Flamingos.
The beach is going to be like, I just want to go and suntan at the beach in this game. And if I can do that, it's going to be the best day of my life.
Now, something I want to point out is look at the clutter in this shot. I do think these are in-engine models. I don't know if it's in-game, but I do think it's in-engine. And look at how many people are on this beach. I have never seen this many people modeled at the same time.
There's
in a
lot
Rockstar
going
game. They're
on.
all
Like,
being rendered.
There's 3 helicopters in the sky and a commercial airliner, plus weather, plus people on the beach, people in the water. There's waves crashing.
Tiny
up. Tiny chihuahua running through the sand. The sand from the people's feet is being kicked up. People are moving.
They're leaving tracks.
Can we just talk about this guy on the bottom right with the camera and the woman that's bent over, and he's like taking a picture of her butt
for her Instagram? Yeah. Yeah, we've got to have her booty hole for Instagram.
I love it. I love the vanity. It's just everywhere.
This is technologically impressive to me. And I also want to say, I just want to throw in there that I appreciate the variety of body types and diversity on this beach.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. I love it. I also want a nude beach. Is it too much to ask for a nude beach? So
Speedboat.
we can assume that there's a speedboat mission, at least one of them. And I love this because you're down by the docks. There's this giant ship with all of these sea cans on it.
It's a cargo ship.
Yeah, it's a cargo ship. There's a bridge in the background. Again, they really love showing airliners in the skies. Every shot has an airliner in the sky.
Look at those water physics, Fender. Look at those compared to the GTA 5 water physics.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
She said she cared about me.
Okay, and the next scene is presumably some sort of freeway race or something, maybe a GTA heist or something that you would expect in.
Yeah, I feel like this
GTA.
one's just mood. Just mood.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I like it. And now we're in like the ghetto. And I love it because you got the classic cars with the jacked up tires. And
My friend, this is the barrio.
Yeah.
Look at these lowriders.
Yeah.
This is the barrio, not the ghetto.
Oh, okay. Well, it's very good. There's lots of graffiti around and markets, and it looks good. It looks good.
She tried to make my world the way she thought it should
This scene in the club is really great.
The club scene was really good. I'm just going to backtrack. Look at the size of the downtown.
Holy shnikes.
It's
Look
huge.
at that.
This is huge. This is one island.
This doesn't look like a screenshot. This looks like a city.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that we can expect some pretty big things. Yeah.
She thought it should be.
And we see the iconic Vice City Hotel in the background here. Do you remember?
Yes.
Is that the one? I think that might be the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The club looks so good.
Yeah, we were desperate then to have each other to hold.
And now we get a first look at the game's, presumably the game's part of it is it's social media. Right. And GTA 5 had a pretty good content written around smartphones and social media, right?
Yes.
And this is somebody's on a boat dancing with a bunch of women in the background. It's a guy with his shirt off, old guy with a like a Panama hat, and it says Dad Bod
Beer
Squad.
Belly. This boat is covered in American flags.
Yeah. And then it flashes to a like an animal rescue officer pulling an alligator out of a swimming pool. And it's woman twerking on the roof of a car. Like, this is probably like, when I seen this, I was like, okay, GTA has taken it to the next level.
And I don't know if you've seen this, Bender, but most of these scenarios were taken from actual Florida Man headlines.
Oh, really?
There was an alligator pulled out of somebody's pool. There was a lady on the top of the car. This next segment is all pulled straight out of the actual Florida Man headlines.
Nice.
This naked guy at the gas station,
Naked
that was an
guy
actual
running.
Florida Man story.
And then, of course, you have the giant vanity truck. I can't wait to see what the vanity trucks are going to look like in this. Presumably, they're going to be just as advanced. And mud parties. This looks like lots of fun.
It does. I hope we get to mud bogs and trucks.
It says Thrill Billy Mud Club in a monogram on the bottom
Thrill Billy.
of the screen, which I think is pretty good. So
I miss Grand Theft Auto. It's been so long.
I think that we can expect some mud bogging as part of this game. Yeah.
Well, look.
And this lady with the two hammers, she is from a Florida Man headline.
Two Hammer Tina. I love that it says Lucha Libre fan.
Oh my god.
Back. The only way we're gonna get through
Did you
this.
see that? Okay, pause it. Did you see that billboard for the medication? It cures emotions.
Oh, that's what it says?
It
It
cures emotions.
And it's like a pill and a cell, and they're embracing each other. Oh, that's cute.
Oh, that's so
America's
funny.
America's favorite dissociative, it says.
Yes. Brilliant. Brilliant,
Angstapan?
brilliant.
Angstapan.
Angstapan. Yes. Where can I get some?
The only way we're gonna get through this.
So that appeared to be Lucia and potentially another playable protagonist.
Yeah.
They were in a car running from the cops.
Yeah.
And here, this guy with his Joker face tattoos, he is also straight out of Florida Man. And the gentleman who he is modeled on has been like, hey, Rockstar, we need to talk.
Yeah. We also get a little tidbit of I presume that this is a name of one of the counties, Dale County.
Mhm.
Or unless it was, it should say Vice City County, but I don't think that they would be that careless.
Is by sticking together, being a team.
So the female protagonist, or the main character, she's now accompanied by Clyde.
A dude.
Her Clyde, yeah.
Yes.
And they're robbing a grocery store or a beer store. Yeah. Wait, why do I have these things?
Do you think they're both going to be
overlaid?
playable protagonists?
Maybe.
Trust.
Trust.
hold on, I gotta I don't know why there's an overlay.
I feel like we are never going to go back to single playable protagonist again.
I don't know, Shalene. We'll see.
But I do love that I get to play as a female protagonist. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah. I
Very
actually
excited.
am really excited about that. Okay, there we go. There we go. We're back. Sorry about that. Nope, it shows up here. Okay. Well, we have a Dukes of Hazzard SS ripping off in the dust, and then
Trust.
her
Trust.
and this guy in bed. They're in bed together.
Plainly, they're friends and roommates.
And then it says Grand Theft Auto 6 coming 2025.
Now, does the release date surprise you?
No. No, you know why? Because my life is so goddamn busy that 2025 is going to be here, and I'm going to be like, oh, it's out.
Yes. Big same.
So-
Big same.
So it makes no difference to me. Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm so excited to play this game.
I'm really excited. I'm excited for the story. I'm excited for some of the new characters that we're going to see that we fall in love with, like the Trevors of GTA 6. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm also curious to see what the map looks like. It looks so incredible. And I want to know what kind of in-game mini games there are. Can I go to the casino?
Yes.
Can I go to the strip club? I assume that these are things that I can do.
Can we drive taxi? Can we answer police radio calls?
Yeah. What kind of apartments or houses do I get?
Mhm.
And what kind of factions are there? And I can't wait to get in a plane and fly the plane around the island and do all of the things in GTA that I love doing.
And I love GTA story missions. I love doing the GTA stories. But honestly, the thing I'm most excited about is just to walk through this city. Just walk through the
Yep.
city, steal a car, drive too fast. I want
Or if you're me, do the speed limit and stop at all the red
obey
lights.
traffic laws. I want to exist in this world for a while. And that's what I love about Rockstar games is the ability to just completely live there.
The immersion for me is such a huge thing. Like I used to play GTA 5 and I would go and I would sit and watch the sunset in GTA 5. Like I loved that game so much. I would hike on the trails. I would go to the ocean and it was just I love it. I love it. I'm really curious to see what the what the characters are going to be like and the story, but also like what kind of referencing there is going to be to the previous versions of GTA and especially Vice
Yeah,
City.
that's always a fun thing.
Are you going to be able to get the iconic red convertible that you can get in Vice City? And it does look to me like that iconic hotel that's in Vice City is also in this version of the game. So some people were criticizing, oh, not another Vice City. It's like the same thing all over again, but just a little bit better. I welcome it. I think it's going to be fantastic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm excited. Tim says, my favorite apartment in GTA 5 was the Richards Majestic because of the western-facing windows and the beautiful sunsets.
Yeah.
Okay,
you know what this I'm means? Exhausted now.
This means
that
I really do have to build a new PC. Like, I really have to do it. Like, 2024 is going to be the year that I build a new PC.
Yeah, you can't bypass this game.
Yeah.
It's not allowed.
So.
Okay,
all right.
What's next?
What else do you got in the news? Oh, that's right. We have
the Game Awards.
The Game Awards.
Okay. Thanks, you guys, for humoring us. I know this is not necessarily the best audio content to be going through trailer breakdowns, but honestly, I've been looking forward to this all week, and it's our show.
Well, and this was the first time I've seen the Fallout TV show trailer.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice. So we're going to start off. I didn't have a chance to watch the Game Awards because my life is on fire. But we're going to start off by talking about the winners. So, of course, it is a shock to no one that Baldur's Gate 3 took Game of the Year. Mm-hmm. I just not a surprise to me at all. I expected Baldur's Gate 3 to take that one. Like, even though personally my own personal game of the year so far is Tears of the Kingdom, I think that might not be the case if I had played Baldur's Gate 3. So congratulations. Player's Voice, Baldur's Gate 3. So that was also the player's choice for Baldur's Gate Game of the Year. Best Game Direction went to Alan Wake 2. Best Narrative went to Alan Wake 2. And Best Art Direction went to Alan Wake 2.
I'm really glad that Alan Wake took home Best Narrative, because remember how I was saying, like, if a game that's a novel based playthrough does not win Best Narrative, then I don't know.
Yes. Best Score and Music went to Final Fantasy 16. Best Audio Design went to Hi-Fi Rush. That's no surprise. Best Performance went to Neil Newbon, who played Astarion in Baldur's Gate 3. Innovation and Accessibility, Forza Motorsport. Games for Impact, Chia. Best Ongoing Game, Cyberpunk 2077.
Nice.
Best Community Support, Baldur's Gate 3. Best Independent Game, Sea of Stars. Best Debut Indie Game, Cocoon. I'm not surprised to see Cocoon winning awards. It looks incredible.
I really want to play this. Yeah, it looks good.
Best Mobile Game, Honkai: Star Rail. Best VR AR Game, Resident Evil Village VR Mode. Best Action.
I'm not surprised about. I was kind of hoping that Horizon would take it home, but yeah, Resident Evil has really good reviews on the VR.
For sure. Okay, I'm just checking in on the chat. Welcome to Carter the Hugger for a first time chat. He thinks that Baldur's Gate 3 was overrated. So fair, totally fair.
Yeah, I don't know because I haven't played it yet. But
same.
I do think that this is one of those situations where, like, it's won too many categories.
Yes.
You know, like a couple years ago, it was like Stray. Stray won every category.
That's funny. That is so funny. Best Fighting Game went to Street Fighter 6. Best Family Game went to Super Mario Brothers Wonder. No surprise there.
I lost you. Oh, there we go. You skipped a few. Okay.
Did I?
Best Sim Strategy.
Best Sim Strategy, Pikmin 4. Best Sports Racing, Forza Motorsport. Best Multiplayer presented by Discord, Baldur's Gate 3. I feel like that's dodgy. That's dodgy award because the multiplayer was a little broken. Remember, you couldn't get rid of your multiplayer uh, friends' characters after they quit the game. You just had to keep them in your party forever as a soulless automaton. So that feels a little weird to me. Best adaptation went to The Last of Us. Most anticipated game went to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and the rest of these categories we do not care about.
Yeah, congratulations to the content creators and the esports players.
Not our
Yeah,
thing.
it's cool,
So
not our thing, but I which category surprised me was the best community support went to Baldur's Gate, and I feel like that game has not been out long enough to be nominated in that category.
mm,
Because if we look at the other nominees, it's like Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky and other
mm-hmm,
games that have been out for a couple of years that have very clearly put in the work to supporting the community. And
right.
yeah, I think that category was a bit borked, but
So we have a bit of commentary from the chat. Sulior says that he hates that the best RPG didn't get a speech, and that's weird to me that they would do that. Um, and that the awards were rushed to get to the trailers,
mhm.
which, as much as I'm not sure that these two events should be the same event. I feel like we should almost have separate events for the announcements and the awards because we are not taking the time to celebrate the achievements of these developers because everybody's so excited for the announcements. And I'm part of that problem. I recognize that. I'm definitely more excited to talk about the new announcements than the the winners of the awards, frankly. And Tim Twig states regarding the bug with multiplayer for Baldur's Gate 3 that it was patched quickly and the multiplayer was absolutely amazing afterward. And I know he played an extensive amount of this game, so I will um, accede to his expertise there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I was kind of disappointed overall, but I mean, it's I don't know. I don't think that there's much weight that there's too much weight put on these games behind the Game Awards. Like the Game Awards is not the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like I don't know. I feel like some of their categories need to be like how they evaluate and the adjudication behind those categories.
Well, the thing is, in my opinion at least, the Game Awards is not necessarily an industry awards show. It's the Jeff Keighley Awards show. And I'm not trying to dog this man. He works very hard to present this event as well as the as pinch hitting when there's no E3s. But this is very much the Jeff Keighley show. I don't think this is representative of the industry as a whole.
Okay.
And I think that part of the reason that there is such a heavy focus on the announcements, the trailers, et cetera, is because that's how he pays for the show.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
it. This isn't an industry run event. It's a Jeff Keighley run event. He owns this. He created it. He does it,
Yeah.
and so he has to pay for it
It
somehow.
is cool to see that it is sort of like becoming more mainstream
Mm-hmm.
because it did take some time. I am happy to see that Starfield did not win the award in the only category that they were nominated in because this game is not worthy of any awards, in my opinion. It
I
is.
do think you'd enjoy it if you played it. I
I'm
really
sure it
do.
is. I'm sure I'll enjoy it, and it is very well made, and the developers worked really hard. But it is a rinse, wash, repeat of everything we know Bethesda to be. It's it's
It
it
was
they
really
mushed all the Fallouts and Skyrims together, and they put it in space, and that is Starfield.
In my opinion, Bethesda continues to have a problem with messaging. The game they sell us is not the game that we get. It happened with Fallout 76, and it's happening again here with Starfield. And I expect it to happen once more with Elder Scrolls 6. We'll see. Just tell us the truth, Bethesda. Be honest with us. You know that we love your games.
I did like that Nintendo took some awards home. Zelda was a winner in one of the categories, I believe, and also Super Mario Brothers Wonder, which is surprising given how long that game has only been out. It's only been out for like a month, not even a month, and it's walked away with an award. So that's pretty great, I think. But I wouldn't be. I'm not surprised that Nintendo walked away with some awards because they literally had a game in every single category, so they were bound to win something. But yeah,
I want to just read this comment from chat. Blame Russo says Jeff Keighley, he runs these awards just to hang out with Kojima. And I absolutely agree with you, Russo. I really, really do. The amount of laudatory attention that Kojima gets at these events is a little silly. And Kojima's a genius. Sure, he is. But oh my gosh, like let somebody else speak. And honestly, I feel like what is the gentleman's name? Jordan Peele? Is that his name? The creator who is working with Kojima. I feel like he needs to watch his back. Because Keighley's coming for him. We can't all be Kojima's bestie. So Jordan Peele.
I mean,
you watch your back, my bro.
I caught a small couple minutes of the awards, like the live, and then I did go back and watch a bit of the recording, and my impressions overall is that this is not improved from previous years. And I think I actually kind of felt sorry for some of the people that were giving speeches because the hook kind of came on stage and just sort of grabbed them,
dragging these people off.
I felt that it was a little bit disrespectful. This is some of these people's life work and projects that they pour time away from their family and their friends to be able to achieve these things, and they have not even a minute to be able to speak because they feel that it's more important to fit more promos and ads into the venue than it is to acknowledge the hard work and innovation of all of the brilliant minds that go to creating the video games that we love and enjoy. Like, I don't know.
I do think it would be better if the Winter E3 and the awards to celebrate the developers in the industry were separate events. I think that would be a better thing.
Yeah. I would like to see events free of ads. I would like to see ad revenue generated in other means so that they could have an event that honors the people and their hard work without interrupting them. But yeah.
Right.
Anyways.
Well, I do want to go through the announcements that were made at the Game Awards this year. We have a recap here by Jason Finelli on GameSpot. And Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons will be getting a remake. This game's about a decade old. It launched in August of 2013. And in this game, you control the two brothers at the same time. With the same controller. So it was a great little game. Of course, it's by the same creators of It Takes Two, our game of the year from last year. And so we'll see how that goes. Pony Island 2 Panda Circus is the next game from Inscription creator David Mullins. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be a bit of a shenanigan. The Rise of the Golden Idol is a follow-up to The Case of the Golden Idol. This is from The Color Gray. It will be coming to Netflix games, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Usual June will be the next game from Finji, the studio behind Night in the Woods and Tunic, and this game will launch in 2025. I like the graphics here. I think this is an interesting art style. And this next one I thought was interesting, Harmonium the Musical. This is a musical adventure from The Odd Gentleman, and it has been made to be accessible to the deaf, as this game is fully subtitled and everyone in the game speaks in sign language along with the singing. This game will be coming to Xbox Game Pass and Netflix games. Windblown will be the next game from Motion Twin, who created Dead Cells. And this is an animated teaser. It didn't show any gameplay, but it introduced us to the characters, the world, and a foreboding cyclone. This will hit early access in 2024. Thrasher is the next thing from Drool, the studio behind 2016's Thumper. And this will be a psychedelic gameplay, cosmic racer, and essential audio-visual experience. So I expect it to be just as trippy a game as Thumper was. Now, this next thing has me a little bit excited. Dredge and Dave the Diver were two seafaring games that I was very interested in this year. I played Dave the Diver. I haven't played Dredge, but I want to. These games are getting a crossover. So creatures and characters from Dredge will be appearing in Dave the Diver. This will be available on December 15th. So that is definitely a great reason to return to Dave the Diver. Exodus is a new sci-fi RPG from Archetype Entertainment, the studio made up of former BioWare developers and a subsidiary of Wizards of the Coast. This trailer introduces the main character, who is known as the Traveler, and it introduces the game's time dilation mechanics, which will feature in both the gameplay and the story. And God of War Ragnarok will be getting some DLC. This is called Valhalla, and it will be a free update. It is a roguelike mode in which Kratos travels with Mimir to a mysterious island filled with monsters. This will be available next week, starting December the 12th. Big Walk is a cooperative multiplayer adventure about teamwork and talking, in which players will band together to solve puzzles and make new discoveries. This is being developed by House, who were the developers of Untitled Goose Game, and that is scheduled to launch in 2025. I loved Untitled Goose. It was so good.
That was very good. Very good.
So good.
Special place in my heart. Did I ever show you the thing that Jess got me for Untitled Goose Game?
No, show me.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, so Vendor is going to get the thing, and I'm very excited to see it.
So she sends me this thing in the mail, and it is the goose.
Yes! Does it have the magnet?
It holds my keys.
Yes! Rick 3D printed me one.
It is the best thing ever. It is the only place I keep my keys now. And if they're not there, which they aren't, I know where they are. They're upstairs. But normally, they're always...
You have your keys on the goose. Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, Rick 3D printed me one of those. I was so excited. It was the best thing he ever gave me.
Yeah.
So the next announcement is one that I'm pretty psyched about. We got a new trailer for Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga, and it looks bloody wonderful. This game is going to destroy me. I can already tell. It's just the intensity level is dialed up 100-fold. And the first game already was the kind of situation where I had to take breaks because it was so intense and so affecting. So I definitely am looking forward to this. It looks like it's going to be an excellent sequel. No Rest for the Wicked is the next game from Moon Studios, the creators of the Ori franchise. And of course, the Ori games were side-scrolling platformers, but this is very different. It's an action RPG. It is isometric, and it looks really interesting. Looks very interesting. So, Dragon Ball Sparking! !0 is a new Dragon Ball game, Arena Combat. It features Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, and more Dragon Ball Z characters, etc. I don't know anything about Dragon Ball, but Hopefully that's exciting for fans. The casting of Frank Stone. This is a joint venture between horror houses Behavior Interactive and Supermassive Games. This will be a narrative horror game set in the wider universe of Dead by Daylight. And Dead by Daylight is wildly popular, man. I find it interesting that they've done so much with that world. So, um, I like the play on words, like cast the first stone, like the casting of Frank Stone.
How long is this
I think
list?
that's not much longer.
Oh, okay.
Visions of Mana is the next thing from the Mana RPG franchise. I'll roll through these fast. Now, OD is the new thing from Kojima. Of course, Kojima has been teasing his upcoming horror project for a while. It will be in collaboration with Xbox. And Jordan Peele, the filmmaker, will be involved in this project. So we got a trailer that really doesn't tell us much. It was just faces and a girl that screamed. So that's what we've got. Fortnite Rocket Racing released today. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth got a new trailer.
Nice.
Tales of Kinzira Zhao is a Metroidvania style action platformer from Surgent Studios. Lost Records Bloom and Rage. Now, this is one that I'm very highly interested in. This is the new game from Don't Nod, creators of the Life is Strange franchise. This game follows Swan, Nora, Autumn, and Kat, 4 high school friends who reunite 27 years after having promised to never speak again.
I love this, and we have to play it together.
I agree. I fully agree. This one is scheduled to release in late 2024. And Marvel's Blade has been announced. This will be developed by Arcane Leon from the Deathloop and Dishonored franchises. So that's what Arcane's working on, Blade. I hope it's good because that's what Arcane's working on instead of Dishonored. So please be good. Mecha Break made its debut at the Game Awards, and that sure looks like a mech game. Palia, which released earlier this year on PC, will be coming to Nintendo Switch on December the 14th. I think this is a perfect fit for the Switch. Perfect fit. It is, of course, a cozy, like farming type game.
Cute.
Now, Light No Fire is an interesting one that we need to give a bit of time to. This is the next game from Hello Games, the creator of No Man's Sky. This was a teaser trailer, which was made with in-game footage, and it shows a group of 4 players traveling across a changing world, both on foot and flying on winged beasts. Multiple biomes are shown. No release window has been revealed. So
it looks quite good. I did see the words procedural worlds, so
well, that was their thing with No Man's Sky.
Yeah, so we can expect much of the same. It does look that they have used a lot of the same mechanics from No Man's Sky, which is fine. I do like some of what the trailer is revealing in terms of the building. This building looks really neat. And the giant hummingbirds that you can fly on. I want to fly on giant hummingbirds and dragons. This looks like great fun. I think Rick is going to really like this.
For sure.
Yeah.
Something I find really interesting is that I heard some complaints after this was revealed that we're not getting No Man's Sky 2. But frankly, I think that No Man's Sky is No Man's Sky 2.
There are 200 versions of No Man's Sky that you can go back to and play. So what are you talking about?
The continuing development on that game constitutes more than we deserve from any sequel.
Yes. So. Yeah. Sean Murray has done his time and then some without parole on the No Man's Sky front. But this looks really good. I think it's it's No Man's Sky on roids. It's got a story to it that's more rich than what we've seen in Sean Murray's previous work. And there's a sense of community in the game now that I would like to see. So I'm looking
I
forward
think
to
Light No
this.
Fire is going to be something special. I
Yeah, I
really
think it
do.
is.
I'm looking forward to following this as it develops. Stormgate will be a PC strategy game from Frost Giant Studios. And Guilty Gear Strive is getting a new character, Elfet Valentine. Final Fantasy 16 is getting some DLC. So 2 new story expansions. The first one, Echoes of the Fallen, and the second is called The Rising Tide. Echoes of the Fallen is available now, and Clive and company will stand up to what the trailer calls an iconoclastic defense system. Rising Tide can be expected in the spring of 2024. Monster Hunter Wilds will be the next game in the Monster Hunter franchise. So, of course, those games are always exciting. We can expect that in 2025. And the final thing was predicted on last week's episode of GameStack by the inimitable Jessica Starr. Baldur's Gate 3 shadow dropped on Xbox during the Game Awards. So, very exciting. I think I'm gonna have to play this game. I think I'm gonna have to. That's it. That's all I've got for news.
Ah,
That was a lot of news.
let's hop into the stocks. Sony closed out, as always, these prices are in comparison to our previous week. Sony closed out at $89.30, up $3.16. Microsoft holding steady at $374.23, just down 28 cents. Nintendo up 6 cents at $11.79. Take-Two down $2.52 at $155.32. Ubisoft up 90 cents at $26.40. EA holding steady, down 62 cents at $137.14. Tencent down $2.12 at $38.92, and Roblox closed out at $40.83, up 38 cents. And that's the stocks. There really isn't too much to report on. We expect to see this kind of fluctuation following a big event like the Game Awards, and when you see new content released and announced like that. So it gets shareholders interested in buying more and selling and things like that. But do we have any mail?
You've got mail.
We do have a bit of mail. I am going to roll back to a post that was actually by you because it's so good.
By me?
By you.
Okay.
Besides cold-blooded murder, what crimes have you committed in a game that made you feel guilty? And the thing that I immediately thought of when you posted this was the elephant in It Takes Two. If you know, you know. It is the worst thing I have ever done in a video game. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I
a
can't.
monster.
You know, honestly, I'm having flashbacks to like Skyrim when I would go into like some peasant's house and they're like super poor and they have like one wheel of cheese on the table, and yeah, you betcha I'm taking that wheel of cheese. But then I feel guilty afterwards because I just stole all their food and they're probably going to starve to death in the winter.
Right.
But I've got one more wheel of cheese that I can add to the 76 wheels of cheese that I'm carrying on my back.
So much cheese that you can bork your Whiterun house.
I can
Green
host
Camps.
my own cheese wheel event.
Green Camps responded, shooting the chickens in Counter-Strike 1.6. Guess that's murder. Accidental concussion grenade a bunch of people in a skill course in Team Fortress Classic. That's really funny. And Moxie says capturing Morty in Luigi's Mansion 3. He was a nice ghost, and while you can choose not to capture him, you can't 100% the game without doing it. Oh, I would have done it too, Moxie. I understand. I would have felt really bad, but I would have done it too. And I posted in response a GIF of Super Mario 64 picking up the baby penguin and dropping it off the cliff right there in front of its mother, just throwing it off that cliff in Super Mario 64.
So good.
Gosh, my mouse is acting a little funny. Green Camps also says Fallout 3's The Pit, Marie, or the little sisters from BioShock series is up there in regards to crimes. And yeah, those were both choices that you could make. Vodka Knockers says that time I stuck a live grenade in someone's pocket while stealing their loot in Fallout 3. than when I did it again, at least 37 more times in Fallout New Vegas and 4. Gaz says, I feel pretty bad about putting the Stardew Valley's mayor's underwear in the luau soup. Oh, that's a thing you can do. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I appreciate that this Lewis guy is more upset that the soup is ruined than anything. That's really funny. Let's see here. Green Camps mentioned some Dark Brotherhood stuff from Skyrim. And RTZ mentions recently Starfield. I've been participating in a sightseeing tour on Titan, guide showing me around and explaining the sights. And at some point, I accidentally punched him as I'm still new to controllers. I felt so bad. I reloaded my save from 10 minutes earlier. And that is the discussion of crimes. We've got a couple more things. Do you want to go through those or save them for next week?
Let's save them for next week. Yeah.
Okay.
We do have some screenshots and stories to show you of what the community has been playing. And we're going to kick things off with this random screenshot of Minecraft, and it is a chicken. It's a chicken in Minecraft.
Chicken.
Alex posted it in the Screenshots and Stories channel with absolutely no caption, just that image. That is it.
Perfect. That is how this chicken belongs.
And I've submitted a challenge photo. This is my Winter Wonderland GameStack challenge. As you recall, we asked you to submit your Winter Wonderland photos, and this is me at Daisy's house. Daisy is one of the villagers who is staying on my vacation islands. At my job, and so I went and visited her because I remember that she had a Christmas house.
Brilliant.
And I'm instantly reminded how good I am at decorating. So yes,
that's really good.
Yeah, it's good. I'm standing in front of a plate of cookies, and there's a nice hearth in the background with a Christmas tree. She's sitting on the couch. She's got a Yule log and a snow globe. And in the background of her windows, it is snowing outside. It is very wintry. I love it.
So cozy.
And we have this shot from Vexinator. Vexinator says, playing Code Vein, nearly forgot about this nightmare of a location. And they're standing in front of... I don't even know. It's some
kind of castle.
It's a labyrinth of staircases and archways, and it's a castle, and it's just
so much elaborately carved white marble. So much.
Mm-hmm. And a couple shots from RTZ13. He says, decided to share some of my pictures after spending a bit too much time in Starfield. I decided it's time to get back into Fallout 4, which I didn't play for a long time now. This is my Nora playthrough. She's not strong, but smart and charismatic, and became very efficient with the sniper rifle whilst looking for Sean. Fallout 4 is still great, still looks amazing unmodded. Low-res pictures due to Steam Deck. And so here's a picture, his character standing, looking out into the wasteland. Here's one with... Nick Valentine. Here's one firing at an Assaultron, and you see the glowing, fiery face of the Assaultron getting ready to shoot its laser beam.
Assaultrons are so scary.
Looks very scary, and he's holding a combat rifle. Looks like. Here is a shot of two Vendortrons.
Is that you?
Protectrons. Yes. Very good, very good. Like that. I feel like that's an obligatory screenshot. And this one, in some sort of tunnel with some explosions off in the distance. There's a synth patroller. Those synth patrollers, man, are no joke. And then he posted this, says, she cannot carry a lot of things, but the hoarder still lives in me. So thanks to this little bad boy, occasionally she goes for a radiated pond dip. And it is a picture of the rad-powered combat armor right leg.
Yes, this grants 3 additional strength.
Then we have this screenshot. This is a GameStack challenge entry from Suliore. And they said, here are a few pictures in Starfield from Titan, a moon of Saturn. It's definitely a winter wonderland. and it is snow as far as the eye can see. I hope you have your snow blind goggles on. And this one of a couple characters standing in front of like an ice wall. It's very Game of Thronesy.
That ice wall's beautiful.
Hope you peed off of it. And this one, floating in the air, looking up at presumably Saturn from the moon. Looks good. And this one here from Sater says, playing around in Microtech or Planet Apple in Star Citizen. And this is very wintry. They're standing in some shrubbery, and it looks like it's just a blizzard. Like it's complete whiteout. Yeah. And then this one, which is really good as well, it is their character, and in the background is a city, but there's like these giant windrows of snow just like blowing up and covering some of the buildings. It looks really good, and the buildings are
really
all
neat.
snow covered. Yeah. And then this one of their spaceship with the snow-covered mountains in the background looks really good. Great shots for the GameStack challenge. And this last one of this challenge is from Frankie, and she says,
That's
you'd be
so
disappointed if
cute.
Skyrim didn't get a look in. This time, ESO near the Labyrinthian. And she is in an elf costume with a Santa hat, and she's on an albino reindeer. And
This is a great screenshot. This makes me so happy.
it just gets better because there's a little baby fawn reindeer next to her, following her around, and she's up in the mountains. There's lots of conifer trees and lots of snow. It looks very nice.
ESO is such a beautiful game.
We do need a challenge for this week. I didn't think of that.
I've got nothing.
How about this? Submit a screenshot of your game of the year.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
So you may not have played Baldur's Gate, or you may not have had the chance to play Baldur's Gate, but what is your game of the year that you've played the most, that you've enjoyed the most this year? What is your game for 2023?
It doesn't even have to be something that was released in 2023.
No, it's just whatever you have enjoyed the most.
I am looking forward to seeing these entries. And how do people submit those entries, Vendor?
You can submit the entries by going into our Discord channel and clicking on the GameStack Challenge channel in the Discord and posting your screenshots. If you can tag which game it's in, that would help us identify, though sometimes we can usually pick out where the game is or what kind of game it is. And of course, we also welcome regular screenshots and stories as well. If you don't want to submit a challenge photo, that's also fine. We will include it in the stack of screenshots for all of the photos.
And you post those in the screenshots and stories channel.
If you do not have access to our Discord, you can also go to twitch.tv/WeJustLoveGames and click on the About information. There is a direct link into the Discord that will get you in there. So, yeah. That is what the community has been playing. Let's talk about what we've been playing. So, I've been playing Overcooked 2. I have hopped back into Overcooked 2 with Jess, and her and I are so good at playing this game. We are so good. We've 3-starred like everything. 4 stars is really hard. Have you gotten 4 stars on any levels?
What's the maximum stars you can get?
4 stars.
We have to get the maximum stars before we allow ourselves to move on to the next level.
Okay, I want to know if you were actually able to get the 4 stars, because the 4th star is unlocked after you do all the levels.
No.
So maybe you haven't yet. But
I don't think so.
So it's 3 stars, and then the 4th star...
And then you unlock a 4th star?
The 4th star is like crazy high. Like, I don't know how people do it. Anyways, we've been...
Yeah, our in-studio producer has fallen asleep, so I cannot confirm.
We've been punching out...
Oh, he's not asleep. He says no, we're getting 3 stars.
Yeah, we've been punching out the 3 stars. It's been a lot of fun. She also has all of the DLCs, so we've been making like hot chocolates and like Christmas cakes and stuff, which is super cute. And it was really funny playing Overcooked at the start, because it was like my hands were all like decrepit.
It's hard when you come back
and
for the
I
first
had
time.
no idea what I was doing, and I kept blaming it on the keybinds, like it was the keybinds' fault that I was bad. but it was actually because I hadn't played Overcooked in like over a year, and I was just really bad at Overcooked. And the more we play it, the more we played, the better we got, and eventually we were just like really good at it. So yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully, I can hop into some Overcooked before I leave, and get to play a little bit more with Jess. I did
Fun.
also play a new game with her. It's a co-op. It's called Tools Up, and it's a bit similar like Overcooked, except you are two builders or contractors, and you have to go into an apartment building, and you've got to lay floors and put wallpaper or paint, and it's really cute because it's timed. So you've got to try to get all these things done. But sometimes if you run into the paint can, you'll spill paint everywhere, and then you've got to clean up the paint. But then the paint that you clean up goes into a trash pail, and the trash pail fills up, and you've got to take the trash pail and you got to throw it in the bin outside. But if you fall with the trash pail, then the trash goes everywhere, and
Paints
it's
everywhere,
just like it's just this mess. And then there's like guys with carpets like delivering, ringing the doorbell, and it's just chaos, and you're trying to do all these things, and it's pretty fun. So Tools Up was fun. It's you start in an apartment building, and you've got to like work your way up the floors. So each level is like a different apartment. It's pretty good, or a different set of apartments. I've also played some Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing Thursday was yesterday with you and Jess and 4 Mile. It was very fun. It's nice to see us all getting into the festive spirit. I'm really looking forward to snow on my island. I wonder when that's going to happen. It did snow last week in Animal Crossing, but it didn't stay on the ground. It was just flutters of flakes through the...
I had the same.
Yeah, so... But I did tear down all my Halloween stuff, and I put some Christmas stuff up, and I have Christmas outfits picked out, programmed into my wand, and yeah,
That's so fun.
Yeah, I've also been trying to buy like some of the Christmas toys in Timmy and Tommy's shop. So what is it called? The Nook's Cranny. The Cranny. Yeah. And just today I hopped back into Zelda, and I did a shrine, and that was super fun. I love doing the shrines, but that's all I had time for, just a shrine. What have you been up to, Shalene?
I don't actually have a ton. I did want to talk a little bit about Usagi Shima, which is a mobile game I've been playing for a while. I've talked about on the show in the past. It's the one where you have bunnies and you build an environment that's cute and adorable for these bunnies. Usagi Shima got a recent update and added ocean areas. So you can put up floaty toys for your bunnies and stuff, and it's real cute. It's just this game, it's just pure serotonin going directly into my veins. And I love it. And of course, Animal Crossing. We had Animal Crossing Thursday last night. And one of the best parts of Animal Crossing Thursday is as we hop from island to island, visiting one another's homes. We do fashion shows. We change our outfit every time we go to a new island.
I love that just happened organically.
Yes. And so it shows each player arriving from the airport, and we treat that kind of like a fashion runway. And it's a big surprise. What are they going to be wearing? It's that Dolce & Gabbana. What are you wearing this season?
Is it LaBelle?
And to one of the islands, I wore a little fireman outfit.
Oh, that was so good. It was 4 Miles Island that you wore.
4 Miles Island, yeah. And we made a joke about me going around pouring my watering can on fires.
Shalene was in full character for the entire island tour. Yeah, because what we do is like, I mean, we try to make some changes to our islands in anticipation for AC Thursdays. And then, the tour of the island is that there's always something new that we get to look at. And 4 Miles Island is always a whirlwind tour. And that is her signature. She runs you through the island at light speed, and there's no time to stop and smell the flowers, except this time. We did have time to stop.
We literally stopped to smell flowers. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it was good.
But when we went into her house, I was like, yes, this is your fire inspection. I can see that you're not compliant with Ordinance 542.6.
You were so in character. It was so good. There was like
it
a
was
candle on the
fun.
table and she ran over and like put it out.
It was so silly. And then I fell asleep mid Animal Crossing. So
Yeah, 9 o'clock hit and Shalene was the
I was
Z's were
done.
coming through the speakers in my headset. Yeah.
Hmm. And Fallout 76, I haven't played it yet, but there's a lot of cool new stuff in the game that I'm really excited about. There's the new Atlantic City expeditions, and they've added 3 new achievements. So I no longer have all the achievements. I was so annoyed when I saw that. So I need to go get those achievements and finish that up again. And I logged on for just a couple minutes today before the show and learned that they've added a bunch of new stuff to the forest area. There are new
Oh.
areas, new fast travel locations, and there's a new vendor in the forest area. So I'm gonna have to go check that out. And I was really in a video gaming mood this week. There were several nights that I got home from work and I was like, all right, I'm gonna play some games. And I would settle in at my computer and boot up, Steam or whatever, and see I would be staring down the barrel of like a 30 gigabyte update. So I would just go curl up and go to sleep or read a book or something else instead. And these updates just wrecked my week, man. It felt like such a metaphor for how the week went for me. And yeah, I'm tired, you guys. I'm tired.
Yeah,
That's all I've got.
Discord had a big update this week and I did not enjoy it.
Yeah,
On
I was
mobile,
just
it's not good. It's going to take some getting used to, but the whole going in a call thing and screen sharing is a mess. I don't know
really.
what they were thinking. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to be pushing a patch and
We'll
fixing a
see.
lot of things. Yeah, simplifying. It's one of those things where they try to like make the user interface more innovative, but
Mm-hmm.
really Discord was not broken before,
Mm-hmm.
and you should not have changed it because it worked just fine. If it ain't broke. Anyways, sorry.
That's it. That's all
Didn't
I've
mean
got.
to comment
That's a
your ear.
show.
Yeah. Oh, that's a show. Okay. So the show is sponsored by Oak and Crow Coffee. If you head on over to oakandcrow.com, you can pick up a bag of Weeches of Coffee blend, and $2 from every purchase of that bag goes to the Children's Miracle Network. Don't forget, next Friday will be a pre-recorded show. So Shalene and I will not be here live, but we will be bringing you an episode of GameStack podcast, so you're not left out in the lurch next Friday, wondering where the show is. And if you would like to email us, you can contact us at info@wejuslove.games.com. You can also access and send us messages in the Discord. We're usually pretty quick to respond there. That's probably a better place to get a hold of us. We would love to hear from you. You can also find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at We Just Love Games, Shalene at Shalene L, myself at Vendertron N. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/group/We Just Love Games, facebook.com/We Just Love Games. And we record the show live every Friday, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern, on twitch.tv/We Just Love Games. And then the show is then uploaded to all of the various podcast platforms: YouTube, iTunes, iHeart, Apple, Google, and Spotify. Please like, subscribe, and review. Shalene, your last word.
Florida, man.
Good night, all.
Don't let the alluring voice fool you. I'm a